All right. Good morning, everybody. I was not able to figure out whatever is going on with the camera problems, so we're just going to hop straight into streaming the desktop. For those of you that haven't joined us before, my name's Kevin. We do this twice a week, Sunday nights and Wednesday mornings right now. Work this as like a Q&A, AMA, basically anything to do with Unreal game dev, stuff like that. Happy to try to stumble through some of this stuff together with you all. Normally my camera behaves, but not this morning. I get to do this professionally every day, but I don't get to do, there's a lot of stuff I don't get to do at work, and so this is also a chance for me to stumble through things I don't usually get to work with. In the absence of questions, which is pretty frequent, we're just kind of working on getting my personal game up to its working prototype. And we're actually having, today's going to be an interesting morning because we're having a fair number of issues right now, but we've also had some successes as well. So let me just check out the chat, make sure we're good to go, and there's no questions. Now we're good to go. So right now, what we're trying to do is, I was trying to fix the problem where all of our enemies are spawning not at the spawn points. They're spawning at player start points, and it's because the enemies are kind of player starts. But the weird thing is, they're supposed to, spawn based off of this spawn transform, which is generated from the spawn point. I've tried multiple things. The weird thing is, this restart player function here, if we look at our game, our library game mode, this restart player is right here. Almost exactly the same as restart NPC, right? So this is restart NPC at transform, and this is restart player at transform. And so there's literally, there shouldn't be really any differences between this. And when you look at the code for this too, it looks the same, but for some reason, when we hop in here, and this is our restart NPC function now. If I do NPC at transform, it doesn't work. Like, none of this stuff works. So, and when we look at, where is it? Yeah, if we swap these two, basically what's happening is it gets in this infinite loop where it's just spawning all of the pawns, but never actually possesses them. I'm thinking we're not gonna try to troubleshoot that today. We're gonna try to look past that. So to do that, we're probably gonna need to disable a bunch of breakpoints, and then make sure they're all disabled. So let's go ahead and do that. Debug, disable all breakpoints. I'm gonna keep them around because I'm probably gonna need them. Debug, disable all breakpoints. All right, so she spawns and goes and gets her weapon. So the one thing is, she's not spawning at her spawn point. That's fine. We're gonna look past that for now. I'll just troubleshoot that on my own. The other thing though that we did make some progress on since the last time we were here is enemies now can throw grenades, and they can also they also will not shoot each other or throw grenades when each other are around. So let's just show you what that looks like. So they're all gonna spawn back here because, oh no, and they're all spawning. All right, let's see if I can get, all right, we'll wait till they kill each other. All right, so now you'll see, all right, see, they're throwing grenades at each other now, which is cool because they weren't doing that before. I think we are gonna have to rebuild this though, because if we don't, we're not going to be able to control who's spawning. So what we'll do is, let's make a quick code change so we can properly change this. We're gonna have to kill Unreal. And then once we do that, oh wait. Okay, good. Let's not save that. We'll rebuild this once it comes back. So I've just swapped this back to restarted player start. I can't quite figure out why these two cause a difference in that loop. It's wild. There's also something very complex about the way the characters are starting and spawning in general. What's happening is it looks like the system starts, it goes to spawn the characters, it can't, and so it marks them to restart them later, but it does that by unpossessing and repossessing pawns and killing and destroying pawns, which is interesting because I thought it would just wait to possess the pawn to begin with, but that's not the case. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I don't understand about the player start when the encounter is first starting that I need to wrap my head around in order to better and properly debug and set up our game. We'll get there. Let's see if our camera's back yet. Nope. Still no camera. We'll troubleshoot that later. All right, our game's restarting here. It always gets stuck at that 83%. The other interesting thing is the first time we play our game, it does actually hit a breakpoint, which is weird. Like something wrong kind of breakpoint. All right, so let's bring back our code, do this. Okay, and then bring this back. One more attempt at the camera. Nada. All right, cool. So back to what we were doing though. We had 6 enemies spawning, and hopefully they're on the team that we specify now. We hit that breakpoint. What is going on? Like, so many things are broken now all of a sudden. I don't... Team ID 0. Let's take a look at this. We're spawning one NPC bot with a team ID. None of this code has changed. Team ID. Oh, I know why. I know why. Okay, let's put this back. The problem is in our shooter mannequin, I believe it is. Shooter mannequin. This is why what I was saying, we need to better understand our spawn order and stuff, because This is a problem. Is it in here? This listen for team is being called, and there's no our delays in here. What in the world is going on? All right, let's change this to delay here. No way. I didn't even change that code. No revisions found. What do you mean no revisions found? This has never been checked into source control? Ah, that's no bueno. That makes 0 sense. Spawn 1 NPC bot. This is our 1 NPC bot in our Lyra bot creation component. Let's see if we accidentally changed. This is our Lyra bot controller. Let's look at a diff on this. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we do have a slight difference, and this is why source control is good. We restart player as opposed to restarting the NPC. So here we go again. Let's kill this. We're not gonna save, and then we're gonna go back to code in our Lyra bot controller. We're gonna restart player this and see if that fixes this. That should have saved. We refresh this. It's fine, that's commented out. These are all there. Okay, that's cool. All right. Hopefully our camera didn't die. Like, completely die. It's always been a little bit of a juggling act with this camera, but our usual 83%. We'll go from there. So a couple things that I was thinking about while this is loading. We got the enemies launching grenades, and hopefully I can show you this here in a second. The problem is they launch way too many grenades, because grenades is an infinite resource right now, unless we switch it over to be the ability system version of it. Well, it's all part of the ability system, but the item inventory system version of it. The problem is, with that, we were having problems with it actually launching properly, the grenades. So let's see if we're back to where we were. Thank you. I mean, at least that dude's red. Alright, so let's try this again. We'll go to our spawn points. And what we were doing is we were just testing this. I don't get it. There's just no way. All of a sudden this just stops working? Like how? I mean, I guess it makes sense. The camera stopped working. Why would... Oh, this dude's in... There's two of them. But that one's in flight mode. Oh, they're both in flight mode. They're gonna be useless for testing. What is going on? Spawn one NPC bot with a team ID, that's it. Set timer by event. This looks exactly like what it used to look like. Wow. I can't even think about what I've changed. I'm not even sure what it is. And I have full source control set up so that this doesn't happen. Alright. Well, let me see if I can kill a bunch of these dudes. And even the odds. So that we're left with just reds. Alright, let's get left with just blues. Alright, we're left with just blues. So now that we're left with just blues, if I hop up here, every 10 seconds they should throw grenades. So there's a grenade. There's a grenade. So now they're all throwing grenades, which is part of what I was trying to show you in the first place. Now, what happens though is the minute I stand next to them, if I can get close enough, oh. They won't throw grenades anymore. Because what they're doing is they're checking to make sure that none of their buddies are around. Because they would kill their buddies too. They also won't shoot through each other anymore. So see how the girl in back stopped shooting when I... Oh no. The girl in back stopped shooting when I put them between each other. Which is also good because we were having a lot. Oh, she's out of ammo, so she's just trying to melee me now. Which you know they were doing a good job of killing each other. So if I step out, she'll start shooting. If I step back, she stops. So that was kind of the progress we made. Unfortunately, we broke a lot of stuff too. Cool. I guess a bunch of the stuff I thought I was gonna do, I'm gonna have to refigure out what is going on. In this spawning stuff, I mean, when we spawn one NPC bot, let's restart the NPC. Restart NPC transform. Look, I know this is not gonna be fun, but we kind of need to figure this out. Because it's gonna make it very hard to debug anything else until we do. So yeah, let's just give it a shot. Looks like it's a coding kind of day. Alright, so good morning, Gregory. So let's take a look at this. What we want is we want our NPCs to spawn in a transform. We do want that. And in our bot creation component, we're spawning one NPC bot. Alright, and then it comes through, it does all the collision handling, and then it gets the new controller with the spawn info, does game modes, adds a bot to the list, and it restarts the NPC at transform. Oh, that's interesting. Lyra bot creation component, that has to have changed. But I don't see that in my change list. That's kind of weird. Copy the full path. Lyra starter game, source, Lyra game, game modes. Where are the game modes? I don't understand why Perforce can't find this path either. Game modes, Lyra bot creation component. Lyra bot creation component. It doesn't even show that it's checked out. It shows something is going on with Perforce. Holy cow, what is going on this morning? Wow, everything's messed up. Absolutely everything's messed up. This is just one of those days. Helix. What the heck is Perforce doing? Time to start killing stuff. Yeah, Gregory, we've done this before. We've played this game before. It's okay. You're either a very persistent person or an interesting bot. Okay, so let's restart Perforce. Go ahead and connect up. And I don't think this is going to be in the binary section. It shouldn't be. It's not. Let's check our default. These are all our U assets. Source. Lyra game. Game modes. Lyra bot creation component. Look, it's showing that there's no This is our initial commit. So there should be, if I diff this, there should be no differences. But for some reason they're showing differences here, which makes no sense whatsoever. If I just copy this for a second. Files are dead. Ooh. For some reason, look at this. They're different even though it's not checked out. It's like it somehow got writable when Perforce wasn't connected. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, let's do this. There's just so much weird going on right now. Okay. Save that file. And then now if we diff this, there's a couple spacing differences. We can fix those. Just so that the amount that's changed a little more reasonable. I'm a little concerned about how many other files I have changes to. Spaces here. Gregory, you've done this, I don't know how many times throughout the past year. And the answers are all generally the same, so it's reasonable. It's a reasonable precaution. Alright, so this is that now. Alright, what else has changed in here that we didn't realize? Alright, move to another change list. We're gonna move this to our source. Okay. And then I wonder if I can do this. If I reconcile offline differences here. What does this say? Okay. Lyra game mode. Look at this. 2 more files that have differences that somehow aren't tracked in Perforce. Something happened here. This is... This is super weird. I don't know what's going on. All right, so Lyra game mode. If we diff this. Okay, save it just to make sure. This is our restart NPC and restart NPC transform. We haven't even gotten into the original problem. All we've got is more problems. Same thing for the Lyra game mode.h. Doesn't make any sense. Let's reconcile our offline work. There are no files to reconcile. Let's take a look at a couple other things. Lyra player state, Lyra team display. Look at all these things that are messed up. Okay, so let's start with the Lyra team display asset. Under team. All right, the .h file. It's just the .h file. Player, teams, Lyra, team display asset. Lyra team display asset. This is the one, right? Yes. Check out. Okay. Let's move that to our change list. And then once again, I can't even imagine trying to figure out what was going on without Perforce, even though this is weird. What are we looking for? Reconcile offline work. So we've got player state.h and inventory fragment pickup icon.h. In general, this is what I'm going to be working through for the next little while. But I'm going to go ahead, since we don't have a lot going on and we're just kind of streaming code. I'm actually I need to take care of a couple things, unfortunately, and end this stream a little bit early. But we'll be back on Sunday at the usual time. And I hope anybody who's hanging out in the wings, you're doing all right. Basically, The next 20 minutes is just going to be me going through Perforce, troubleshooting why Perforce and our files are out of sync and not properly set up. And then I will come back and try to figure out why our teams aren't displaying properly. Hopefully I can fix our camera at the same time. I hope everybody has a great rest of your week, and I will catch you all on the next stream. Sweet, later.